in Portland talking to the Observer," the policeman says, and Mum says, "I don't know where he is. Honest, I don't. I thought he'd be here." And the policeman is saying, "No, well, we warned you and there's charges. Here's the fire service, they'll bill you for the call-out," he says. And Mum says, quiet as you like, "There's no law against a man burning down his own house. You confirmed that. Plus, I never called the fire service, and just because you don't like it, it's not my problem." Mum has a good glare on her. When she's like that, you don't want to be on the pointy end of that glare. But just the same, you don't want to miss it when she's using it on someone else, especially a policeman. Pop is there, got his wheelchair out of his car, and he's just sitting there, watching it all and smoking a cigarette. He's not really our Pop, but everyone calls him Pop, and it's like he's everyone's granddad all at once. The number of birthday parties and barbecues you see him at. I like him because he smells of aftershave and always has gum in his pocket and a story to tell, and I can already imagine the story he'll be telling about today. Jenny comes up too and takes Mum's other hand, but she doesn't say nothing, just stands there staring around, mostly watching the house because the fire is really taking now. The Country Fire Authority blokes stand around, and a few of them are starting to get the hoses out, but Mr Mackenzie, the CFA chief, he looks at Mum, and Mum shakes her head at him, so Mr Mackenzie does this sign with his hand to his men, and they go a little bit slower, seems like to me, getting their hoses all rolled out. Going to let that house burn. "You lot are crazy," the policeman says to Mum and waves at the fireys as well, like "you lot" includes them. "I have to get instructions on this," he says, and goes back to his car. And the other cops, they lean up against their cars. And just then, the roof at the corner above where the old kangaroo dog slept before he died, it caves in, and the sparks go so high, I start to worry. How long do they stay alight? And might they reach the town before they burn out? And might Dad start some other fires, which he doesn't want? Him and Mum talked about it and decided it was enough to burn down the house. They didn't want to damage the dairy or start a fire that could spread to other places. Mr Mackenzie sees the cops go to their cars and he jogs over to us, and what I like, Mum doesn't let go of Jenny or me. In fact, she probably grips a bit tighter. I guess she knows we're a bit scared, which we are, even though Dad has been telling people for weeks that if he can't get a fair price for our cows, he's going to shoot them and then he's going to burn our house down and take the ashes to state parliament and tip them on the floor there. See if he won't. And then the bank can have it. "You want to just let her burn?" Mr Mackenzie asks. Mum says, "Yeah, it's just stone and wood now. We got everything out." And Mr Mackenzie watches, and his men, they just watch too, waiting for him to say go or something, which he doesn't. Then he says, "You should have got the cameras in, Dawn. This would have made the news all over." And Mum says, "Oh, we'll make the news all right, but not with me looking like some old lunatic getting dragged away by the police." Jenny laughs, kind of, and Mum pulls her onto her hip. Jenny's way too big for that, but Mum, she's a big woman with good dancing hips, Dad says, and Jenny grips her like her pony, when she had a pony before we had to sell it. The wind changes and the smoke from the house starts blowing right at us. Jenny lets go of Mum and we sneak in behind her and put our faces in the small of her back, and Jenny is looking at me now. Wow, it's really happening, isn't it? Then Mrs Turnbolt comes out from her car and says, "Dawn, I should take the children, right? Best for them to get back of all this, yeah?" And Mum says, "You cleared it with Harold?" asking if Mr Turnbolt is okay with it. And Mrs Turnbolt says, "Yes, Harold is all right." And Mum says, "Right then." And I'm saying, "No way. I don't want to go back to the Turnbolts. We just came here from there. I'm staying." But a lot of good that does. Pretty soon I'm looking out of Mrs Turnbolt's car window at the house, what's left of it, and Mum, and the cops, and the fire crew, and the neighbours, and the smoke's all the way up to the sky now, like a big pointing finger that says something bad happened here. Right here.